Any added pressure considering you guys haven't won a bowl game since 2014? And what's the mentality going into this one?
No added pressure. I mean, it's just about us going out there playing and executing. Tremendous challenge, Big Ten team, and I wouldn't say no added pressure at all. You know, we just got to go out there and execute the plays and play solid defense, not give up any explosives.
Jalen had talked about, a lot of guys in the front seven especially talked about just the difficulty in watching them on film because they haven't played a lot of 3-4. And even their quarterback talked about the difficulty for them if they haven't played a lot of 3-4, you guys are that way. What are some of the little things that you guys are looking at from is it just a protection standpoint because they're used to playing 4-3 and you guys are 3-4? What are some of the nuances that are just inherently different with some of the challenges where you're not necessarily seeing it when they're playing 4-3 fronts?
Right, so when we're in our 3-4 for them, what they could be looking at is now where you got bodies on bodies, you know, and instead of guys in gaps, which you are when you're in the 4 down. You know, and they have some teams that played them in 3-4 scheme. So for them, or I should just say for us, I mean, it could be a challenge for them, but at the same time, I mean, we got to go out there and play. I'm sure they studied a lot of our film, and they probably plan to play against our 3-4. So we just got to go out there and execute. Now we'll be able to some 4 down stuff also. We'll mix it up at times, but it'll be a challenge for them, and it'll be a challenge for us too. So you know, we're not taking anything for granted.
When they announced their quarterback decision yesterday, did that affect your preparation at all?
Doesn't matter who plays quarterback. You know, I mean they have really good players on their offense, big powerful offensive line, very good receivers, and then 3 backs that are very capable of running the ball, and they run downhill pretty hard. So the quarterback decision and who plays for them doesn't really matter. It's about us executing, to be honest.
With so much time off before the last game and now, what's just the feeling of your guys and tackling? It seems to always be something coaches talk about going to a bowl game because of the layoff. Just what's your vibe with this group right now?
Yeah, you know, as you watch the bowl games that haven't played, there have been a lot of turnovers, some missed tackles. So that's something that we took notice of, and we made sure that we emphasized. Did a lot of tackling drills out here with the entire team for those guys on offense playing special teams too. Really emphasizing bending, making sure we're clamping, just being in a good body position. Because those are the things that show up when you do have time off from a bowl game, and then just making sure that we're in good shape. So, I mean, we've been emphasizing the right things.
There's a lot of talk about next year, obviously, with Justin coming back and potentially all 11 stars on offense coming back. But you guys have, some key seniors on defense. Is that kind of a motivating factor for this game? Some of the guys you're going to be saying goodbye to?
No, the motivating factor is playing this game and winning this game. It's brought up where we hadn't won a bowl game in a while, and we're also we're not in Austin, so we're on the road. So there's a lot of external factors there, but it just comes down to it. We have to go out there and play a great game, do what we're supposed to do, effort, energy, and then just doing your assignment.
But what did Ugo and Jalen and Collins and Lonnie kind of mean to you in turning this thing around?
Oh man, those are tremendous guys. We couldn't have had the season without them, and really a lot of those guys. After the game, I think about that because I definitely will miss Ugo, Matrell, and those guys, Jalen, all those guys who are leaving, Justin. It's going to be tough replacing them, but they've done a lot for our program, and we're thankful for that. But we got one more to go.
You had 2 years with Ugo, but he came in, and I don't think really anyone was expecting NFL potential, and he's kind of developed into that. What have you seen from him over his 2 years and his growth? Great
leadership, tremendously hard worker. He pays attention to detail. And just for him to have the trust within the coaching staff to be moved around a little bit, so I'm excited for the opportunities that he has afterwards.
When you took over, did you watch any film on him his first 2 years here, or just to see what his development has been over kind of his?
Well, yeah. When we first got in, we sat down and we watched every player on the defense to kind of see what it is that we have and what we're working with. And as a coaching staff, you have to make sure you know what you do have and then put those guys in good position, regardless of what scheme you may want to play as a coach. You have to put the players and use your personnel that way of whatever's best for them.
I realize we're obviously talking about Monday, but we haven't heard from much of a defensive voice in the recruiting class coming in. So just speaking of the 2 defensive backs, particularly with yourself, Quiz and Michael, as far as what those guys bring to the table and what they got coming in.
Quiz, he was tied the Alabama State record for interceptions. I was hoping he was going to get the whole thing, but he's just a ball hawk. Guy is going to have to, put on some weight and and stuff, and just, you know, improving his cover ability and stuff like that. But I'm excited about him. And then with Michael, just a tremendous athlete, you know, just cover corner, very, very dynamic. We're excited about, you know, those two guys in the secondary, you know, coming in and helping.
When you have a guy like Google leading who was that versatile, obviously played pretty much everything at 2A over there. Do you think that potentially years to come that he can kind of fill that jack of all trades kind of role in that spot?
I mean, you know, possibly. I mean, but we got guys, you know, like Steve Stevens, Billy Gibson, who have to do a lot of development in this offseason too. So, you know, those guys aren't mid-year, so, you know, those guys who are here are going to get the first crack at it. And then when those young guys come in, they're going to have an opportunity to earn it. So it'll be fun. I mean, we got some good guys to play with.
A couple more.
You guys ever would you use like the Cheez-It Bowl as an example of like getting guys to focus in and be ready for a game?
I mean, Coach Cristobal has pointed out, you know, certain things that happen out of, you know, the bowls, like for instance the turnovers, you know, and the missed tackling, and we watch that and we just tell our guys to motivate them, hey, this is what happens when you go in a bowl game. Not pointing anything out at those teams who played in those games, but, you know, you want to play a really good game. The nation is going to be watching you, and you want to go out there and give it your best. This is the last game that we'll have for 2018 before we lead into 2019, and we want to send our seniors off, and we want to win the game because it's just a game and that's what we're supposed to do.
Can you tell the seniors in your career, do they kind of like soak in bowl weeks a little more, try to make every moment count?
You know, with that, I mean, we try to keep them on edge with everything. We don't want no soaking in right now. It's not time to relax. They can relax, you know, about 4:30 on Monday. So, I mean, I'm just proud of all those guys as seniors. You know, they've contributed a tremendous amount to this program, and we're gonna miss them.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.